sun, I'll be the bright and black that's making you run. And I feel alright, and I feel alright, 'cause we'll work it out. Yeah, we'll work it out. I'll be doing this if you ever doubt, till the love runs out, till the love runs out. I'll be your ghost, your game, your stadium. I'll be your 50,000 clapping like one. And I feel alright, and I feel alright, 'cause I work it out. Yeah, I worked it out. I'll be doing this if you ever doubt, till the love runs out, till the love runs out. I've got my mind made up, and I can't let go. I'm killing every second till it saves my soul. I'll be running till the love runs out, till the love runs out. And we'll start a fire, and we'll shut it down, till the love runs out, till the love runs out.
Hello, I'm Jerry McKee, and welcome to Prime Time. It's 7 o'clock, as you well know by the little clock ticking this way. We got a great show for you tonight, and you notice the car behind me? Well, I'll tell you, if you're 50 and above, you probably will know exactly what that car is. And if you're not, and if you're 50 and below, well, your parents told you what it is. But anyway, yes, the car behind me is, oh, how's that guy looking out there? That's kind of a strange looking guy. And tonight we've got Barney Five and Thelma Lou here today, impersonators. But I tell you, they impersonate them great. And uh, we've been talking, and he told me some good stories, and he lives a part of Barney. I mean, everywhere he goes, he sleeps in the uniform. You know how Barney never did change his uniform or nothing like that. Well, I'm going to switch over, and this is Ronnie and Elise, the impersonators, and they are here to tell us about the spiritual side of impersonations, and also the great, great Barney Five, and everybody knows Thelma Lou. Not Juanita, but Thelma Lou. Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. How you doing there? I can't think of your name.
Really, Jerry?
Jerry, yeah.
Otis.
Otis Campbell.
Yeah, I know that's going to aggravate you to adjust him things like that a little bit.
Yeah.
You can.
Well, my jaw gets to moving, my phones get to, I may have to take my hat off.
I thought, well, you can take those off if you want to, since not your hat, you can take those off. You can still hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if someone calls, then you can stick them on. How's that?
Yeah. I ain't Barney put out the hat, you know.
Oh no, you got to wear the hat with it. And do you have your one bullet?
Oh, do I have my one bullet?
And see, someone's going to ask, do you have the one
Look at
bullet?
that bullet. Ain't that a pretty bullet?
That's a nice bullet. Hold on a second, let me switch it. There it is.
Gold plated too, buddy.
Gold plated.
Lone Ranger had silver, but I got gold.
Well, you got one on him.
Yeah.
You got one on him. Now, I'm going to ask you both like this. When you were little, both of you, did y'all watch Andy Griffith?
We was probably watching reruns because I was born in '62 and it started in '60, so I was getting the tail end of it. Maybe RFD, I remember that good, but we watched it. Yeah, we did see. Well, it was a rerun because it's been in reruns for 60. How many years now?
Oh yeah, and it still comes on as reruns, which is great. And now, when did you two get started in playing Barney and Thelma? What did you think, Elise, when I know Ronnie came up to you and said, you know what, Elise, I'm going to be Barney Five, and I want you to be Thelma Lou.
Our pastor had asked him to do it, and he did it for the first time by himself, and then the second time he requested us to do it again. He called me up out of the audience. I was a lady that was trying to help him or help the people.
Well, I had warned you at the house.
Yeah,
I was going to get you out of the audience that night.
But I thought it was just going to be once in a while thing, but it turned out from then on I've been right there. So
You've been right there. Thelma Lou would do the same thing. She would be right beside Barney.
yes,
And now Barney slipped up sometimes there too. Now with Juanita.
oh yeah,
Juanita, lovely, sweet Juanita, from your head down to your feet. There's nothing half so sweet as Juanita.
Now, see, I would have never remembered that whole line.
I would have sung, but y'all don't want me to sing tonight. But it took me a while to find a wife to look like Thelma. I had to look through mug shots and photo albums and everything to find a woman look like Thelma. I think she looks like the real Thelma.
Well, Thelma Lou was a beautiful woman then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when you first got together, your very first, including you at least, because getting on stage in front of a lot of people, was you nervous at the beginning, or have you spoke before in front of a lot of people during church? Or
It was a big challenge for her because she's never. Well, I would teach Sunday school and stuff like that and get in front of people, but you can hide behind the character real easy.
Yeah.
And that's what helped you a lot.
Exactly. I run into kids that I went to school with now, high school kids, and I ran into them. They're like, "I can't believe you're doing this. You're the one that would take an elf to do a book report because I wasn't going to stand in front of the class to do it." And they said, "I can't believe you're out doing it like this." But it's just ever since we started, I guess it's hiding behind the person. I'm not Elise anymore. I'm Thelma Lou when I'm up there, so it doesn't bother me when I get in front of a lot of people anymore.
Well, and I found this. Of course, I'm not shy at all. It don't bother me that my wife is. No, she would tell me real quick. Nope, I got her this first year here to help me host these Christmas parades. So I did. I was really shocked that she said, "Okay, I'll do it." I said, "Okay, are you sure?" Yes. So she did, and that's good. And I'll do a cooking show for her, but she's not live on it, and so it's a little bit different. She gets to critique when I get through with it before I post it. She says, "I got to see it, make sure I'm not doing this and not doing that." But I find out when you get to talking to people, I can talk to thousands of people at one time more than I can talk to 10.
Yeah.
That's what I always said. I said I'm wired up backwards. The bigger the crowd, the calmer I get.
And it is. And I heard the door open there. Engineer, hold on a second. I get the note here. Okay. At least I'm gonna let you talk again here. Let's see if I can get your mic on up a little bit more.
Okay. Better now. Testing.
Okay, there you go. You're a little quieter than we are. We're a little
You
louder.
ought to see her at the house sometime.
Well, see, that's different there at the house now.
She says, "Ronald."
Yeah, I use a crazy voice there when I talk about Edna calling me, and she gets, I don't do that way, but I just pick with her too much, I guess. Now, when your first gig, I won't say your first gig, now, you're probably comfortable because you was in your own church, right, the first time?
Yeah.
And when someone asked you, well, come to my church or come to my event, what was your next event outside your church right there?
My uncle, he lived in the next town. It was at a Lutheran church. It was a senior group. And that's my main thing. I do senior group. He gave me a break. Let me come to his church, and they actually took my offering that night. I said, "Man, I get paid to do this." It was fun to do, and I got paid to do it. And word of mouth, just one came after the other. First year we did maybe 5 the first year. And next year, we got up to about 70 events. We've been to about 9 states since then, and just word of mouth.
Right. Now, have y'all got to meet any of the original characters from
We
Sandy Griffith?
either meet or got to speak to them. We, like, say we do a Mayberry cruise every year, and we have somebody come from the group, and we go to Mayberry Days in Mount Airy. And over the years, we met Jim Neighbors, we met Ernest T. Bass, which is Howard Morris,
Betty Lynn.
Betty Lynn, which is a real Thelma Lou. So many of them. I mean, I got to see Don Knotts, but I didn't get to speak to him. A lot of them got to speak to him, but
Right.
I got to see him. I got to see Andy when they did the Boulevard in Mount Airy. But Ellie Walker off of the, I can't think of her, what's her name, Eleanor Donahue. She played on there the first season. It was several, probably 10, 15 of them probably we met.
Oh, yeah, we definitely.
And they're all really just down-to-earth people and really nice people.
Now, when I know you've done bukus and lots of these shows. Now, do you rehearse together on what are you going to do, how you going to do these shows, or do you just kind of like come off the head and or do you really you practice and have a dialogue?
It comes off the hip.
Come off the hip.
Yeah, I tell her about what we're gonna do, and she knows. Like if I'll start talking about something, she knows what skit I'm gonna do before I do it, and she just picks it up. If we practice, we wind up getting an argument anyway. But so we just do it off the hip.
Now, before you think of a skit that you want to do like it, do you go back and watch a rerun of Andy Griffith that the Pacific episode?
I used to do that a lot, but over the years, I like when we did the preamble to the Constitution. I watched that thing over and over. I watched Don Knotts how he did when he did the preamble to the Constitution. You know, we the people. And
Oh yes, yes. I think I watched one of your videos. You doing that?
we've done that. Bukus, and we did the.
Now wait a minute. Now when you do that right there, now you're gonna have to grow some hair to where it would stick how Barney would do. You know, it looked like he got a whole greased looking face.
She said I need to get my bangs down about right there.
There you go.
But we watched we had a guy tell us one time. He said, "Y'all need to do the clapper caper." I said, "The what?" He said, "Johnny Carson and Jack Webb did it years ago." So I started watching the clapper caper. That's one of the hardest things I've ever learned to do. But it's been fun. It's been our number one request to do over the years.
So the clapper caper. Tell me about the clapper caper.
I can do it better than I can tell you about it.
All right, let's do it.
Do you want to try it one time, Thelma?
We can.
I'll start off the. Andy was on vacation one day. Him and Opie went up on a father and son trip, and Thelma Lou come in the courthouse telling about a robbery that happened. It was the strangest robbery ever happened. It went something like this right here. Thelma Lou come bust the courthouse, and it started off like this right here.
Barney, there's been a robbery
Oh, a robbery where?
at the Acme School Bell Company.
What was taken?
My clappers.
Your clappers?
Yeah, you know the things inside the bell that make them clang?
Oh, the clangers.
Yes, but in the business we call them clappers.
Oh, it's a clapper caper then, huh?
It's a what?
I know. Now, what kind of clapper was stolen on this caper?
They were copper clappers
And where were they kept?
in the closet.
Do you have any idea who might have taken your copper clappers from the closet?
Only one man. I fired him this morning. He swore to me he'd get even.
Well, what was his name?
Claude Cooper.
You think?
Yeah, I think Claude Cooper got my copper clappers kept in the closet.
You have any idea where this Claude Cooper's from?
Yeah, Cleveland.
That figures.
You know what makes it worse, Barney?
No, what's that?
They were clean.
Clean copper clappers.
That's right.
Do you have any idea why this Cleveland Claude Cooper would cop your clean copper clappers kept in the closet?
Oh, that's easy.
What's that?
He's a kleptomaniac.
Who first discovered your clean copper clappers were copped?
My cleaning lady,
And what was her name?
Clara Clifford.
Now let me see if I've got the facts straight. Cleaning woman Clara Clifford discovered your clean copper clappers were copped by Claude Cooper at the Cleveland. Is that about right?
Yeah, Barney, but you know what? There's just one more thing.
What's that, Thel?
If I ever catch kleptomaniac Claude Cooper from Cleveland who caught my clean copper clappers kept in the closet,
Yes.
I'll clobber him.
Easy, Thelma. That boy's mine. And I think I left something out of that.
Well, that's okay. We'd never know it. That I would be just tongue twisted all around on that right there. You did a great job, at least. I tell you, you just rattled that off of there.
She's good at rattling.
Well, she did a great job there. Now that was from, of course, one of the original episodes of Andy Griffith, right?
Well,
Or did you?
that was I just put it in there. It really was never on the show. That was Jack Webb and Johnny Carson did that. We just kind of.
Implemented into it. Well, that's pretty
I
neat.
take a lot of skits from different people that do things, and I maybe them up a little bit.
Well, I just thought that was in there somewhere or another. I'd have lost it.
Well, the preamble is one of them, but I don't really do a lot of original skits out now. When we do the Mayberry cruise, we do actual episodes.
Oh, okay. Now, when he came up with this, at least this episode here, and talk, was it hard for you to rattle off all those clippers and clappers and bells and?
actually, I think I picked it up pretty easy. I love tongue twisters anyway.
She was a
So,
whole lot better at
Okay.
it than I am.
so I had more fun laughing at him trying to pick it up.
I still mess it up. If I look off or something distracts me, it's gone.
Oh, well,
So
that's like me singing in the choir. Well, not in the choir, but even singing in the pulpit. And the one day, I was up there and I get distracted and I'm on another level, and I didn't know I had my microphone on, and I was going da 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 da. I was just going like that. Didn't even look at the words because I couldn't find them right then. And yes, I get lost a lot on that.
some things I have to have my paper in front of me, like when we do the Pillsbury Doughboy. I don't know if you ever heard that or not, but anyway, I have to have my paper for that, and I'll get offline. I said I lost my place, and I'll go back, and they'll laugh about that because I did lose my place.
Now, and losing your place, I can imagine that can get really tongue-tied. But it's amazing that how you and her you balance together, because it's almost like you've got a dialogue. You've read all yours. You read yours, and back and forth. But in a way, it's more natural the way you're doing it.
Yeah.
I know myself being in the play one time before like that, I couldn't remember all that stuff, and they told me just ad lib it and play off the other person.
I'm glad I'm in this with her. I would not want to do this solo. I mean, I don't want to travel by myself. I don't want to. I want her by my side all the time because she's the brains of the organization.
Well, she's the one who can do the tongue twisters quick.
Oh yeah.
Now, you wrote some. I heard you write earlier. You said something that you write some poetry.
Yeah, since I retired back in 2020, I had a lot of time on my hands, and of course, before I was working full time and doing this, trying to do this full time too. My mind was never at rest, I guess you call it. But I sent one in my phone. I just got to writing stuff down, and it rhymed. I said, "Well, let me look at this," and I rhymed the next sentence. And first, I did poems about the Andy Griffith Show, the character. I did one about Gomer and Goober and Andy and Barney. Even did one with Barney Fife. Is like, remember the saying, Big John? It's a big yeah, big bad.
Big Bad John.
I did big bad Barney,
Oh,
and I had a guy come up with put some music to it. Who was that did the big bad? Jimmy Dean.
oh yes.
He did
Yeah.
the big bad. Big
Big
Bad
Bad
John.
John.
But I did Big Bad Barn. Matter of fact, it's in the book too. And
Okay.
but
What is both of you your favorite Andy Griffith episode? What is your all out favorite?
my favorite is the convicts at large, the three lady convicts,
Ye-
Big Mo, Tyler,
Yes.
and that's just my favorite one. Don Knotts and
Floyd.
Floyd. Howard Morris. That was his last episode before he had the stroke, and he really shined in that episode.
They all did. At least what was your favorite?
My favorite is Aunt B the Warden.
Yes, with
Where
Otis.
Otis, yes. She said, "You do the dishes, don't hop to it."
Bloody Mary, he called her.
Yes, and the other prisoners coming there says this is what they call the Rock.
Bloody Mary.
He said, "Here at the Rock, Bloody Mary, let's go."
That was funny. Now, one of my, I guess, favorites is the goat that ate the dynamite,
Oh yeah.
and that was pretty funny. But those two were real funny too, because they had so many wholesome episodes on that show, and on that show, it's kind of it teaches you on those shows some moral values.
Oh yeah. Every episode.
Because I used this a lot, and I was talking to you about it on Wednesday nights. I showed the episode of Andy, and I had a dialogue here that we went over to talk about, like with Opie was telling the truth, but Andy thought he was lying, and how would you react, and a little bit how would you handle different things in watching that, and it really was pretty neat. We
I
did
like what he said. He
about,
said,
about every Wednesday.
he said, I believe in Opie. He didn't believe the story, but he believed in Opie.
That's right. He believed in openly, and that to me is a good teaching uh, a value. You know, sometimes we don't listen to our children or don't believe because who would believe there's a man in the trees walking around limb to limb with
Great big shiny silver hat.
yes,
Mr. McVeevy, there you go.
yeah, and jingles.
Yeah.
Jingles.
Smoke comes out of his ears and
Yeah, yeah.
shiny silver hat.
It has all kind of fun things even with that. I think on that same episodes when uh, Opie had Barney going because he told him he had a horse outside.
Blackie.
Yeah, Blackie, come on, Blackie.
Yeah, and he's out there hollering for him. I thought, really?
Andy tried to warn him, but Barney, he wouldn't listen. He said, let's go see him. See the way he nuzzled up to me.
You know that we even talked about this movie, The Ghost of Mr. Chicken with,
Oh, yeah,
with Barney, but they actually had a similar episode in Andy Griffith
Yeah.
with Opie and his friend knocking that ball into that old house.
On his house.
Yes, and
At the Rimshaw house.
yes, and I said he can remember all them names on there. And the Rimshaw house, and they was haunted, but we know why it was haunted, didn't we?
Moonshine. In it.
Yeah, they just messed Otis up.
Like Barney said, nothing to fear but fear itself. That's exactly what I got, fear itself.
Didn't Gomer go in there with him in
Yeah.
that episode?
Him and Gomer.
Yeah, and Gomer kind of disappeared and come back in. He didn't know where he
I
was.
stepped in the closet or something.
He did, yeah, yeah. And
So I've never found my way out if you had to push me.
I didn't give you no push.
it was funny, and the axe floating in the. I mean, it really was, and the characters there was just amazing.
Everybody they handpicked, they couldn't have picked a better character, a better person to play that character.
Yeah. Now, where's the furthest you had to go at, say, United States, or unless you flew over to Canada somewhere like or Europe? But where's the furthest y'all had to go to be in character with Barney and Thelma?
It's Oklahoma, wasn't it?
Well, we did that Naples, Florida, then over to Oklahoma, Ohio, and then pretty much all the eastern coast.
We got off a cruise. We went down to Naples and stayed there a few days and did a church down there. And Oklahoma, I guess the furthest we've been out.
Now, how can people get in touch with you?
Well, I had a website, but it's had to be, I guess, diminished, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
But they can email me at rfearless5@aol.com, or they can do Facebook with Fearless 5 Minutes on Facebook, or Ronnie Felker Facebook, or just call me like on telephone, 803-924-1164.
I should have brought my phone in here. I got a phone in there just like Andy Griffith had.
Yeah, I got one too.
And I'll tell you a little funny story about that. My wife, she was talking to her mother on it because it really works, and she always says her mother just couldn't hear a lick. So she was talking to her mother, and she looks at me and she pulls this part off her ear. Mama can't hear a lick. She puts it back up. Her mom says, "I can hear fine, thank you." Wrong piece she took off.
Candle phone they call it.
Yes, yes. So that was so funny that she did that because that would be a classic Aunt B.
Oh,
doing
yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, see, at least he's not having you play Aunt B because you wouldn't have made a good Aunt B. Yeah, Aunt B.
You know, people has called her Aunt B before we'd be in a parade. Hey, Aunt B. I said, she don't look nothing like Aunt B.
No, she don't. She don't look. No, she looks more closer to Thelma Lou.
I have got people out of the audience. I get people out of the audience to play a certain character beside us.
Right.
And I'll get a lady, Aunt B. She said, I'm not that old. I said, well, Aunt B was on that show. She would be like 50 something. I said, you probably about her age.
Yeah, but you can still get in trouble with that.
Women, they so sensitive about stuff like that.
Yes. Yep. You're right. And now, do you like you find someone else's. Well, just hold on a second.
Let me put my headphones on.
Hello. Hello.
Keith Underwood.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, Keith.
Hey,
Hello. How you?
hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm gonna while you're talking here a second, I'm gonna switch something over here real quick, and that way they can be able to hear and talk to you real nice. I should have done this just a few minutes ago, but I didn't do it.
Okay.
All right. Can you hear?
I can hear. Can you hear? Hello?
I can hear it.
Okay. You can you
Hey,
you can
Ronnie.
hear Barney?
This is my good friend Keith Underwood, right?
Is this Keith Underwood?
That is he. That is me. It is.
So can you hear me?
Hold on just a minute. All right.
Try it.
All right, you hear me now?
Are we on?
Yes.
Okay. How y'all doing?
All right, how you doing?
Keith.
All right. Where's your salt and pepper suit at?
Oh, we in full uniform tonight. I'm on strictly business.
He's on the case, Keith.
I'm on a case tonight.
Oh, okay. All right.
Keith, where location are you at? I see it's a 910 area code.
I am in Clinton, North Carolina.
Oh wow, that's not too awful far away.
Not too far. And my friend Ronnie they're from Clinton, South Carolina.
We met at Mount Airy, and I said I'm from Clinton, South Carolina. He said he's from Clinton, North Carolina, and that struck up a conversation. We've been friends ever since. How about that?
That's right. I used to live in Hickory, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Now it has.
Well, y'all were doing good out there tonight. I enjoyed your copper clapper skit a while ago.
Took me forever to learn that. I'm still learning it.
Well, you all did good at it.
Now, Ronnie, what is one of your favorite episodes of Andy Griffith?
Keith.
Or Keith, I'm sorry.
Well, there's so many. It's really hard to pick one, but probably maybe the haunted house or Three Wishes for Opie, or the choir, Barney and the choir. That's a pretty good one.
Yes,
And
yes,
the
that.
pickle one too.
Yeah, the Barney in the choir, I like that too. And see, he was in the choir a couple of times where they kind of let him sing so low because that sensitive microphone.
Mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but see, I'm not doing him that way. This way, I'm letting him have the full mic. I'm not telling him it's sensitive and have him turn it down.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. We might need to turn it down if I did it.
he won't let me sing tonight though. I sing a
Okay,
cappella. You know
all right.
all the words to a cappella. You know.
Oh yes, yes. Now you go ahead and sing a cappella for him.
Let me get my voice going here. A cappella. I don't know all the words to it, but anyway, that's the way it goes. Ain't it?
Yeah, I think that's the way it goes. What do you think, Keith?
That was great. Miss
Yeah.
Poultice would be proud of me.
Yeah, I mean, Miss Poulter, she said I sound like Leonard Blush, you know.
Yeah. You sound just like him.
Well, Keith, I really appreciate you calling in, and I'm gonna show
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna show a little clip here in a moment of Barney here in action with in a church and their music, and just interrupt the whole choir, but he had something to say. I'm gonna put that on and let everybody see that clip.
Okay, all right.
Well, Keith, you have a blessed day.
Appreciate you calling,
All right,
everybody.
you too. I'm enjoying the show tonight. Yep.
Thank
Ronnie
you.
and Elise, y'all take care.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.
We'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Now I've got a clip here that I want to show everyone, and let me click off a couple things here. And flick back over here and do this. You know, one man show. I need extra hands, you know, like this. But here's a little clip here of of Barney in action. Now, Thelma Lou's probably out in the audience there. I know she is.
Oh yeah, she was coming to get me, but they cut it off
They
before
cut off
she
first
got.
time got you. Oh, okay. They should have had her in the choir.
Yeah, I should have had it in the choir.
Yes, at least, can you sing?
Not really.
Well, here's a little clip. I hope everybody enjoys this clip right here.
Is Mike Booth up here?
Yeah.
How you folks doing?
What's up, Barney?
Is Mike Booth up here?
Yeah.
How you folks doing?
What's up, Barney?
I heard you was having auditions today, Mike.
Yes.
I heard you was having I got auditions today, Mike.
Yes.
I got a trained voice. Oh, yeah, we have. I've been practicing and practicing. I've been practicing and practicing. I got this trained voice. Mrs. Post is our voice teacher back in Maybury. No, she said I sound like another voice teacher back in Maybury. She said I sound like another Leonard Paul. I thought I'd help you out on that. I thought I'd help you out on that. Let me find one. She's up here somewhere. I seen her last night. Let me find one. She's up here somewhere. I seen her last night. Oh, here she is, right here. Let me take up one. I got it. Ready for me? Let me take up one. I got it. Ready for me? Juanita, lovely sweet Juanita, run your hand down to your feet, sweet Juanita, run your hand down to your feet. There's nothing happening. That's Juanita. There's nothing happening. That's Juanita. Oh, there are wonders. There are things of wonder which men like to see. There are things of wonder which men like to see. When I'm there, the joys of nature, nothing can truly can compare. When I'm there, the joys of nature, nothing can truly can compare. Juanita, lovely sweet Juanita, run your head down to your feet, sweet Juanita, run your head down to your feet. There's nothing half so sweet as Juanita. Well, surely do, pretty thing, Juanita. Boy, sure am glad that Blue ain't here today. Boy, sure am glad that Blue ain't here today. Juanita.
Juanita. No, well, no. Was that you passed by the camera?
Yeah, that was old Thelma Lou coming to get me, and they cut her off.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I don't blame you. I mean, you up there singing a song to this lady, and Juanita. No, Juanita? Now she took off from the diner, didn't she?
Yeah, she must have been pretty good because nobody ever saw her face.
There's a couple of characters I never did see.
Sarah, never seen Sarah.
Never seen Sarah. Yeah, but Juanita was one of the classics there, especially when Barney's sitting in his chair there and singing to her, and Andy sneaks up to him.
I like when he calls her in the morning time, cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yes. Hold on a second. Hello?
Call from
Dave Millard.
accept, press 1. To send a mail, press 2.
Okay. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, you can.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay. Who am I speaking to?
This is Dave Millard.
Dave Millard.
Oh, I know Dave Miller too. That's my
Yeah.
co-author.
That's right. I thought I remember. I seen that name on there, David. He
It's
come.
me.
Yeah, Barney come over here to arrest me. I think it's kind of a trumped up charge.
Citizen's
can.
arrest.
This is Dave Millard from New Philly, Ohio.
Dave Miller.
I know Dave Miller too. That's my
Oh,
co-author.
you must,
That's right. I'm talking about
David, you must got
I've seen that
your,
name on there, David.
you got the show in the background going loud.
Yeah, Barney come over here to arrest me. I think it's a kind of a trumped up charge.
Can you turn that part down, David?
I wouldn't doubt that. What's that?
I can, you got the show going in the background. I can hear, that's why you're getting the echo over.
You must.
Okay, hold on a second.
Dave, you must got.
Can you hear me now?
Much better, David.
Yeah, we was getting the
Feedback.
feedback from it.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Dave Miller there, he's got a podcast too.
That's what he told me. David, where are you located? You told me where you're located at, but where are you at, David?
New Philadelphia, Ohio.
Wow, so you're up. I made a trip up Ohio one time, picked a car up from up there many years ago. That's a good little trip.
Okay.
Now,
Well, we wanted to say hi to Ronnie and Elise tonight.
Well, I appreciate that. Like he lets me come on his podcast sometime. He calls me up. So
well, great. Well, tell us a little bit, Dave.
You
Tell
guys
us a couple
are
things.
looking good there.
well, the camera does miracles.
To me, like they say, the camera adds like 10 pounds, and to me, it's 10 pounds of ugly. And
Oh, okay.
now, David, what type of podcast do you have?
We have we do it twice a month on a Sunday night. It's a live podcast over Facebook.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's about the Andy Griffith Show. It's called $1.25 Club Live,
Wow.
and that's the name of our chapter.
Okay. I'll have Ronnie here send me a link to it. Why don't check it out?
He has good
Yeah,
trivia
we're
on there
on,
every time too. He has a trivia contest and
Yeah.
talk about many subjects of Mayberry.
Well, hey, David, give us a trivia. Give us a trivia right quick.
A question?
Yes, a trivia question.
Something you can stump me with.
See if you can stump us here.
Oh, okay. Let me think. Oh, you caught me on the spot there.
Well, I know I did, and Elise, she's already she
He cheats because he usually has a book.
she's gonna get this before we do, and that's gonna embarrass us, isn't it?
True or false? Thelma Lou had a last name.
False.
False. She didn't get a last name. She got a last name in 1986 when they did the Return to Mayberry. When she married Barney, she became Miss Five. But before that, she never
That's
had a
true,
last
but
name.
right, that's right. So she didn't have a last name on the show.
No.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even know that. Elise got this. Really did. She's telling me, she's mouthing it like this. Says, nope.
Let me ask you one, Dave.
Okay.
What was Thelma's job?
Well, she was a secretary somewhere, but they never really said where.
No, they didn't.
Just said she had to get back to the office.
Back to the office. That could have been any
Yeah,
kind of
so
office,
we
couldn't
said
it?
secretary, yeah.
Yeah, she could have worked for Howard Sprague.
That's it. His receptionist.
Hopefully not.
That's not your favorite character, is it?
No, it's not.
Yeah. Well, Dave, if you would, just send me a link or something that's where I can check it with you on the show there, and I like to listen to that. I love trivia and love Andy Griffith, and we
Okay.
have a lot of fun with that.
Well, it's great talking to you guys. We're seeing you. Got a nice picture here of you guys. So we just wanted. Miss Patty says, "Hey."
Well, you tell Miss Patty I said hey, and all the co-hosts there, and I'll see y'all on the next podcast.
All righty.
All
Have
right.
a good evening.
Have a blessed
Good
day.
evening.
Talking
Thank
to
you.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There we go.
I have two friends in the whole world.
Well, I noticed that.
That was them right there.
That was them, and that's if you take away those two right there, it'd be zero.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well, Thelma, I guess she's a friend too, ain't she, Thelma?
well, I think so. I tell you what, she got that trivia real quick, and even added to it. Says no, she never did, but she married Barney Five, and
She's showing off a little bit.
I tell you what, that's good. We tell she reads.
I don't marry no dumb people. I marry smart people. Well, I've only married one time.
Well, that's what I did. I married a smart woman that way keeps me straight and stuff like that. Especially when I'm typing things and sending it out. She come up there and says, "You left off an A. You no, you didn't. You forgot to put apostrophe. You put too many apostrophes." I'm horrible on typing everything up because I want to hurry up and get it done.
They make us look good, don't they?
Yeah. I blame it on spell check all the time. Thank goodness for spell check. I blame it on them all the time.
She's my mother figure.
Oh, you can hit him now, Thelmaloo.
Easy now.
Okay, well, let's talk about something else here. I want to switch over and there we go. Let's talk about your book right here. And see if I can get our picture up there for a second. There we go. Now, this is Make Jesus Real Again, and it's 52 week devotional and Mayberry life lessons. Tell us a little bit about. Did at least you help him with this too? You work hand in hand on this, or did he just kind of?
He pretty much did it, most of it. I was just kind of like his spell checker. I'd go back and look, find things he might have left out or whatever, and tell him he needed to add in. Or
I understand that, and this is what David helped with too, wasn't it? Or
David, he wrote half of the book. He's the co-author of the book. Because I didn't have like 25 poems at the time, and I needed somebody having some poems. He'd been writing poems for several years.
Uh-huh.
So I said, David, let's go in half and do this poem about the characters of Mayberry, and he gladly did it, and it was just something me and him created together, and it was a fun thing to do. And since then, he's wrote a book about it's not anything about Mayberry, but he does these what you call it, handicap. Where you take these special needs people and have a
Right.
church Sunday school class just for them.
Uh-huh.
He's been doing it for a long time, and it's called, I think, Helping Hands or something like that. But it's a book about how people get, if they want to get started in a ministry like that.
Right. Now, how did you come up with some of these poems? I mean, is all the poems based off the episode, or are you sitting here? I mean, sometimes people get creative when they by themselves, or they're walking, or they're doing, or they're thinking. Some people get pieces of it, just wake up in the middle of the night. Let me put this line down. How do you come? How's the poetry come to you and you display it?
I don't have no idea, but I tell you, I watch a show or I hear something, and since I did the other poems, but Andy Griffith, the first book I did, Make Mayberry Real Again, it was all about the characters of Mayberry, and I think about the character, what they did on the show, and it just started rhyming together. It's something that I never dreamed I could ever do, but sometimes you got to pull off on the side of the road. You get a thought, or you got to get up out of bed and write something down. If you don't, it's gone. If you wait till the next day, it's gone. And
You ever drove down the road like that and just something triggered? You might see something in a cornfield or whatever like that, and you just get it in your mind. And
sometimes the preacher, he gives me some points sometime, and I ask, give me a piece of paper right there in church, and I had to write down something. So I have to give the pastor credit too.
You got to give.
But I give God all the glory for it, because without him, I couldn't have done any of that stuff.
Right. Well, and that's what your mission is. That this Barney and
When we started doing this, we could have done it with just funny, but I said I wanted to have the comedy in it, but I also want to present Jesus Christ. What I say I do, I said we do the funny skits and interweave the gospel of Jesus Christ into every program that we do.
Well, it's nothing wrong by bringing comedy in with Christ, because you're getting the message through a way that people might not absorb it somewhere else, but hearing something funny or seeing something funny, it stays with them more.
God's got a sense of humor.
He does.
I look in the mirror every day. I say he's got a sense of humor.
Read the Bible. He's always through there.
A lady told us one time, she said, "You ain't supposed to laugh in church." We're the happiest people in the world. We're supposed to be laughing.
Yeah, well, my wife gets on me sometimes because I do make jokes sometimes in the pulpit. And it's usually towards her, and she'll sit back there and she'll go, one.
Sometimes it wakes them up in church too.
Well, it gets the point across that you're, uh, we get serious and you stay serious. People sometimes forget
Yeah.
what it's about because they don't want to be stepped on too much or anything like that. But if you throw something there that they did that was a sin or something like that, and they look at it and say, gosh, that was kind of crazy. We look at things like, I talk about my driving sometimes, I says, that's why I don't have the little fish on the back of my vehicle showing that I'm a Christian and I'm blowing the horn, hollering at them.
Yeah.
I said, no, that's not good to do that. And it's funny that some of our characteristics that we confess to be a Christian, that our anger, our gossip, and things like that we do, if you put it on a funny way to looking at it, you think most of the stuff that we do that's not right is funny if you step back and look at it, and we have to laugh at ourselves. But it teaches us things, doesn't it?
I know Barney talks about gospel in one episode, and we do that one sometime when he went to the barber shop in Florida, and this guy was talking about this widow, and she was stepping out with his dish towel salesman. And Barney says, I didn't pay a bit of attention. I looked at the National Geographic. I didn't pay a bit of attention to it. And he kept asking about what was Florida, and what's the other guy? Anyway, the other guy, he kept telling him all about that, and he asked him, he said, what is the National Geographic about? Oh, it's about Africa. He didn't know nothing about the geographic, but he knew about Florida and the other guy, Gospin.
Exactly. And the funny thing, you bring that up, is when Barney's coming out of the church and the pastor asked him, says, well, Barney, what do you think about it? He says, this is good like that. And Andy asked him, well, Barney, what was it about? Sin. And I use that line
He said,
with
he
my
didn't
wife.
he didn't talk about sin.
I use that line with my wife when we go to church, and she says, well, what's your sermon topic on today? And I'll tell her, sin. And that's directly from Andy
One
Griffin.
subject you can't talk enough about, sin.
That's right. And that's kind of stuff that, if we think about it, we're not going to listen. And I know my church members, hopefully they listen, but sometimes they don't, because maybe sometimes it's boring. And we know that. And I guarantee if you go back and ask them, say, well, and they probably tell them too, sin. So it really kind of makes fun, because sometimes we'll make up something. Yeah, it was good. What was it about? Oh, it was real good. They kind of think where the scripture's at, and it's real good. But it's a humor that kind of brings out who we really are.
Yeah.
We're not perfect.
It's in the Bible, it's in the Bible somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere there.
Sometimes they'll quote Benjamin Franklin, and I think it's a quote out of the Bible.
Yeah, so when you tell the congregation, I want you to turn to Arabian 1, chapter 2, have that. And but
Read my Bible.
Then they'll just open it up like it'll be in Psalms, and then they think nobody's looking at their Bible.
Yeah,
I got it.
and see, I love the names I butcher. And big long names in the Bible. To me, they should have named them Fred, John, something where I could pronounce them a lot of times, because a lot of times those names get pretty big, and that reflects again back to Barney, to where some of the words that he uses, just like a cappella.
And he does a Clantaminorac.
Yes, and there's a couple others he does in there, especially with his what was the lady's name that was taught him how to sing?
Miss Poultice.
Miss
Yes.
Poultice, yeah.
Yes.
He was breathing. She said, I just give you A and breathing.
Yeah. He's proud of that A too.
Couldn't sing a lick, though.
Yeah. Well, that's the fun part of it. Now, where's your next place you're going to?
It's gonna be local. It's January the 12th at a church there in Clinton. I had to cancel the week because I was sick, so we rescheduled. So it's a
It's a
a
Believers
Sunday
Assembly.
morning Believers Assembly in Clinton, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
I've been there several times, and they keep torturing themselves and calling me back.
Well, see, maybe they're using that. Say, if you don't come to church, we're bringing him back. But they bring him back.
Bring it back every time.
That's it. No, I love little town of Clinton. It's a nice little town. We used to eat there, and hopefully when they get it rebuilt, is the House of Pizza. They had good food. We'd get together. Our family does every Friday. We get together and go out to eat. And Sundays we get together and eat out. And then once a month, all of us get together. So,
We go to Dempsey's there in Clinton, and if you go on a senior day, you'll see preachers and teachers, and I think it's a preacher convention there on senior day.
yeah, what I need to print me some cards out that's got senior like in a high school. Well, not sure age, so you can't say which senior yet. I like.
I'm junior, but my daddy's senior.
That's right. I'm using my daddy's ticket. But yeah, I like doing little jokes like that. People in technology now where they take your pictures. Somebody come up to you and say, "Hey, can you take our picture?" And I do that a lot in the restaurant. They come up to me and I ask them. I says, "Do you mind taking my picture?" And be all of us there. And he says, "You mean all y'all's pictures?" I says, "No, just mine. I want to show that I'm here." Okay. So I pull up my phone. I pull out. I give them a picture of me, and they look at it and they just get laughing because they're expecting to take a picture. Instead
Yeah.
of, I said, "Well, you said you'd take a picture of me."
They're giving it to you.
That's right.
You take it literally like they said, ain't you?
That's exactly like you said. Well, I've got on the bottom here how they can get a hold of you. They can also come on my show, send me a message, and I can tell them, direct them exactly your way. Because you've done several things here in Union before.
Yeah, we've been Union, Buffalo, all over. Uh, there's one church like 2 miles from my house I've never done. That's it. That's odd. I point out to my wife sometimes. I said, we've never been to that church before, and it's right at our house. But
Well, let's just go do a citizen's arrest.
I guess I just had to show up one Sunday. I said, I'm here.
That's it. Well, see, you come in uniform, you come dressed like Thelma Lou, and y'all just sit right there and see if they notice.
I like the funny thing when I go in Cracker Barrel or somewhere and we'll stay dressed up. People,
Yeah.
I like to want to say something, but they're scared to say something.
Well, they're afraid that.
And then when they say so, I'll say, "Oh, nip it in the bud," and then they'll start smiling and laughing and
But
going.
they probably think that if you're an officer and they call you Barney, it's gonna make you mad.
Exactly.
They're gonna get arrested.
I had one guy. He went up to the counter at a restaurant. He said, "There's a guy back there impersonating a police officer." He was serious about it
We
too.
wanted to call the police because we were back there in person, police officer.
Oh no, see that would have been funny.
We've got police. I've got police discounts at restaurants before too. And I said, I'm not a cop.
That's funny. But can you imagine the police officer just actually coming there and looking and
They're probably like these people.
yeah.
You know,
Says, I said, did they make a citizen's arrest?
Exactly. We've actually had police officers, like we'd be going down the highway in the squad car, and a police officer would pull up beside of us and make a face and act like he's going to outrun us or something.
He'll turn on his siren.
Turn on his siren and take off, and we'll turn ours on.
I did get stopped one time. I got a police officer. I actually pulled the light on me and stopped me. Walked to the car, said, "Can I have a picture with you?"
Well, that's cool. That's pretty
Yeah.
neat. And I can see you
A
doing.
lot of fun things like that.
Yeah, especially when they having a police officers that week or having some kind of little event they have and you coming up. That would I can see that. So hopefully you get a lot of attention this year in 2025. And I appreciate you both coming on and coming all the way out here, out into the boondocks in the deep city of Buffalo. But we do.
It's not Buffalo, New York, is it?
It's not Buffalo, New York. I've used that before, and well, it's just down in here. But we do have our lights piped in and internet piped in, so we can squeeze on the air. A little bit.
Better than the Gilligan's Island, ain't it?
That's it. Well, I'm going to switch back over here a second and do a couple little buttons here. All right, I'm Jerry McKee, and thank you for watching. And we've had a great time with Barney and Thelma Lou, which is Ronnie, and Elise, and Felker, right?
Felker.
Yeah, and if you need to get a hold of them, send me a message. I'll get you in contact. Invite them to your church. You'll get a great blessing out of that. And I know that your senior crowd would love it and teach the younger crowd something even better, okay? Well, I'm Jerry McKee, and I'll see you next week. Next week we're going to have Lee Newton, and she's a rising artist that got a good friend there of Led Zeppelin, and got another friend there that she's just all over the place. One of the most hardest working ladies I've seen in country music in a long time. Well, I'm Jerry McKee, and you have a great night, and Happy New Year.